Hello everyone, I am Dr. Eric Morrison. This is 7 Under 3, and I'll be covering trading education using the TC2000 and TradingView platforms. Hello, this is the FOREX weekly review, and I want to go over the overall strong sell positioning and strong buy positioning for the week. As you can see here, this pretty much depicts the consolidation throughout the week. Low volume, everybody getting ready for Christmas, and went ahead and had a drawdown week this week. As far as the positioning goes, the important thing to note is when you have strong sells and strong buy positioning, you minimize your drawdowns, which is what I'm about to cover here for this week. So Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar, we had two losses, one on Monday and one on Thursday. Overall loss $419. Euro Canadian dollar, overall loss on Monday and a couple of gains on Thursday and Friday. Overall loss for the week $346. British pound Canadian dollar, overall loss on Tuesday and a couple of gains on Thursday and Friday. Small profit $103. New Zealand Canadian dollar during this consolidation, overall loss on Monday and on Thursday of $219 for the week. New Zealand Swiss franc, overall consolidation for since the November 30th all the way until now, and as you can see, it's in this consolidation box or zone for a long period of time. Two losses, one on Tuesday, one on Thursday. Overall loss $174 for the week. US Canadian dollar, nice overall price action to the downside. However, it caught in our process these two losses and then an overall gain on Friday. The overall loss of $309 for the week. So overall drawdowns were Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, with an overall drawdown for the week of $1,337. Going over the exotics, we had one Swiss franc, South African rand. Overall loss here on Tuesday, nice gain on Friday. Overall balance of $358 profit for the week. Now Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, same kind of price action for the entire week, even for the strong buys. Loss on Monday, no further trade the rest of the week. Overall loss of $375, and then New Zealand US dollar was the only one that eked out a profit for the week. Started on Monday, out on Wednesday, and had a small profit on Friday. Overall gain for the week for New Zealand US dollar was $405. No further trades, only strong and sell positioning in terms of overall liquidity. Overall loss for the week for both the exotics and the 28 majors and minors was $978. So this minimizes our overall losses with this particular focus on this strategy. If we went ahead and traded the others with respect to that positioning, like weak buys or weak sells, we had additional drawdowns to that effect. So I just wanted to kind of go over that before we go into next week's positioning. All right, let's go into the picks for next week. We have Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar, British pound, Aussie dollar, British pound, Canadian dollar, British pound, Swiss franc, British pound, Japanese yen, British pound, New Zealand, British pound, US dollar, British pound, South African rand, and New Zealand, South African rand as strong sell positioning. Strong buy positioning, we have Swiss franc, South African rand, and US dollar, Mexican peso. So looking at these on the weekly chart, went ahead and wanted to take a look at kind of the macro picture of the week. Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar, yes, it is a strong sell positioning. However, everything is so balanced here. It's 51% to the short side for commercials, and large and smalls are just about 50% or above that. So this is kind of consolidating in this sense, and we really don't have a nice spread between large and small specs and commercials. British pound, Aussie dollar. Now this may be one of the best trades leading into next week. As you can see here, the liquidity zone is way down here by the Z3 on the weekly. We have a lot of good space between there. The movement on the weekly change was minus 5%. Commercials went more short 5% from last week to this week. And so this is a good candidate for a strong sell positioning. Same with British pound, Canadian dollar. However, just take note that the 200 is right there. So this may be less of a positioning candidate for going in there. But for the past 3 weeks, everything has been to the downside in terms of overall positioning. And all the British pound pairs pretty much from last week to this week went from weak sell positioning to strong sell positioning on the daily over the 6-month average. Now, British pound Swiss franc is in this consolidation zone. However, it's at the lower range of that. We do have some significant distance to the Z3, but overall price action movement is to the downside, and it has been the same for the past 3 weeks. British pound, Japanese yen. Interesting to note too that is also commercials went ahead and went more short, 4%, even after this small pause here. So this is a nice candidate to the downside as well. And we have a lot of area before we hit the RL270 and the Z3. British pound New Zealand dollar is also up against the RL270 and a Z3 excursion, so this may be a small win here for next week. We'll see. British pound US dollar still to the upside. However, major COT percentage movements for the commercials and large speculators, and small speculators for that matter. It is still around 50%, but there is percentage move in positioning to the downside. So we'll see if it's coming up to resistance, but no weakness yet. British pound South African rand also percentage positioning to the downside, or commercials more short. We do have a lot of room between that and the RL270, so we'll look for our confirmation on the daily. New Zealand Swiss franc from last week already showed weakness. Additional 3% move of commercials to the short side. We could see some more price action to the downside on this one. And it has a lot of area to the downside, as you can see with this price action in previous weeks in October. Swiss franc South African rand, we have nice price action to the upside. Additional strength. Commercials went less long though, 2%. We do have some distance between that and Z3 excursion Z3. US dollar Mexican peso, no signal to the upside yet. However, we had significant price action to the downside and positioning percentage movement to the upside. So commercials went more long, about 5% from last week's report to this week. We could see some action to the upside. However, no significant move to the upside yet. So we'll wait for the daily confirmation. And what do we see here on the daily for the US dollar Mexican peso? Z3 excursion, and the RL270 are all converging in one area. So this is a big liquidity zone, and any movement to the upside will squeeze all of these institutional, large and small speculators. So look for that confirmation to the upside for the Mexican peso. Swiss franc, South African rand, more price action to the upside. However, it is developing this consolidation zone on the daily. But we do have some distance to the RL270. New Zealand Swiss franc, yeah, we definitely need some kind of positioning or price action confirmation before we trade this. This is all consolidation, all the way from November 30th till now. In fact, it's coming into a pinch here. Let's see what happens. British pound South African rand on the daily. No confirmation to the downside yet. British pound US dollar, same thing. No confirmation to the downside yet. British pound New Zealand dollar, no confirmation to the downside yet. British pound Japanese yen, no confirmation. Same with British pound Swiss franc. British pound Canadian dollar, we do. Distance to the Z3 is at least a 1-to-1. No confirmation on British pound Aussie dollar. It's right up against its Z3, but significant price action to the downside. We'll see if it retraces here. No confirmation yet. And Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar does have a confirmation. However, we'll see Monday evening. Well, folks, that's all I have for the Forex Week in Review. We're currently conducting a basic course, an intermediate course, and an operations course. If you're interested in these kind of strategies going forward, or programming in PineScript or Python and auto trading, click on the links below. And remember, ruthless risk management. Have a great weekend, everybody, and have a Merry Christmas with you and your families, and I'll see you on Monday night. Well, if you like this video, hit the like Rumble button below and the subscribe button. And if you want more information, click the course information links below. On the TradingView link and on TC2000, I have an affiliate link. If you open up a TC2000 account, you will receive a $25 discount using that link. Thank you for your time.